channel. My name's Harnoor and today I will be making something Christmas themed. It's a gingerbread house. Yay! So if you don't know, it's my first gingerbread house that I'm making, so I'm really excited. Let's get on to opening it. Here are the instructions at the back, which I will be using today. And smell it! It smells like heaven. So let's start looking at the stuff. I have a feeling this is the ice cream, the icing. And yes, it is. Here is the fondant. It is green fondant. I can see all of these. OMG, look at these. They look so good. These are mini gumdrops. There's peppermint, which for my, I don't actually like peppermint. I don't like the taste. It just feels weird. And I think these are Skittles. I don't know. They look like candy. Here we have the main piece, and our wreath is broken, which is really sad, but it's okay. So let's open this up. I don't want to break it, so I'm going to get some help. Front and the back of the house, the sides, the other side, the gingerbread men. Look at them, they're just so cuties. And our broken wreath. It was supposed to be like this. I'll just fix it up with a little bit of icing. Our chimney, so like this, you have to break it apart and then glue it not glue it because we're not going to glue it, ice it together. Our two roofs and our base, the main piece, or this house wouldn't be alive. So let me just move everything where it's going to be useful, and move the base over here so now we have to open up the icing package, and back here it says you have to massage it for a little bit of time. So let me just massage it, and it says it has to be like the consistency of how toothpaste feels. So like, you know how toothpaste feels? It has to feel like that, but it won't actually taste like toothpaste, of course. So now it has that consistency type, and it says to cut it from a place, which will be one of these corners. And I'm going to cut it a little bit less than how they say it, because they, over here at the back, they're adding a little too much of the frosting, and I don't want to waste the frosting for the extra part, so I'm just going to cut a little bit less. So now I have opened up the package a little, and now I'm just going to fill in these tiny spaces at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up the front piece, and my mom helped me do the icing part. And make sure that you put it the right way, because it has windows in the front and nothing at the back. It just has gingerbread. So I'm just going to stick it in. Make sure you don't touch the icing or your hands are going to get sticky. And as you can see, it's not balancing that well because it doesn't have support, which I will just give it in a second. See, now it's balancing. Pretty good. And I'll do the other side. Just like this. Oh, upside down. Silly me. Just like that. This one. Last piece. And oh, good catch. And just need to stick these in perfectly. In a second, they will be all done. Okay, so now I've fixed the walls and now they're not falling happily. And now what we have to do is we have to stick on the roofs by putting some frosting over here and over here, over here, and here. So let me just do that. Okay, so I applied frosting over here and then I sticked on the roofs and then I just added a little bit over here so that the roofs stick together, and now we have to let this dry for a second or a minute and then we'll get ready for the decorations, my favorite part. So here's a look of how it looks like right now. And I'll just... While our house is getting dried, let's just pour in all the decorations. So we have peppermint over here, and it's in a tiny package so that it doesn't get stuck together. We have some mini candies. There are green, white, and red. And we have our gumdrops, my favorite part. There is orange, green, red, purple, and one little yellow. So if you guys are wondering what this is, the tiny little itty bitty house with the line in the middle, it's actually the chimney. So the reason it's the chimney, you guys must be wondering, why do you stick it up here or something? You have to cut it in half and then glue it together. Frost it together. So I'm just going to use my knife. So now I have it like this, and I don't need help anymore because what you have to do is actually you have to frost anyway and then you spread it out. So what's the point? We don't need help, yay! Okay, so now I've spread it out with my knife and I'm just going to stick it like this. And make sure you stick them both like this so that they're both like one shape. They turn into one shape. And now you guys must be wondering, how are we sticking this on? It's actually going to stick on like this or like this. But first, to make it green, we're going to use some fondant. And my favorite part of the fondant is you don't have to squeeze it in the packet. You take it out and squeeze it just like Play-Doh. And let's open this little baby up with scissors. Okay, now it's open. And let's just, it's really secure. They don't want this fondant to get out of here. Ugh. There we go. I'll open. And just... so pretty. It looks like Airheads. I just want to squeeze it into my mouth. And let's just open it fully. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. No, it doesn't. It feels like Play-Doh, literally. Okay, so let me just knead it and it'll come back. Okay, so now I've kneaded it and it feels literally like Play-Doh. And let's just press it down, and I'm using my rolling pin to roll it out. Just like that. And we want it to be like a really thin consistency because we also want to use this for making the door and a lot of other stuff if we want. And like underneath the windows, if you can see over here. And you don't want it to be like thin on one side and really thick on the other, so you want to plan it out really normal, like you want it to be a normal. Okay, so now I'm done rolling it out and it literally feels so smooth. And next you can see that I want to do the door and the chimney. So first I was thinking of doing cutting out the door first because the door is bigger and we need more space for it. So let me just turn this around and cut out the door. Okay, so I'm just going to make an estimate, and it's good if it's bigger. So like just cut it out like about like this much of size, and then just keep on making it shrink until it reaches the correct size. So my nifty little knife. Okay, so what I was thinking of was just cutting it out so that we have this much space left for the other stuff, and this is for the door. So I'll just do that. It literally feels so good. And don't want to like rip all of it. Just keep a little bit and move the other to the side. To the side. To the side. Okay, I don't need you yet. Just cutting out the door right now. Okay, so it doesn't go this way, so we're going to have to fit it this way. So like this. It's good. Like this much. And maybe this much. Let's check it out. Make sure it's not too small. Almost the perfect size. It's just this side we need to. Check it out if it is the perfect size, and we just need to cut a little bit of the sides. You gotta be really patient with this stuff because if you get it too much, your door won't look pretty, or you're going to have to start all over again. Not all over again, only with the front end part. So guess that's the right size. And now here comes the fun part, getting your hands wet. Okay, so I'm getting my bowl and getting my water. And I'm just pouring a little bit over here and sticking my fingers. And just wetting the back. You don't want to be adding a lot of water, so just get your finger a little bit wet and that will be fine. And now my finger is all green. So you want to be really careful to not stick it on the wrong spot. So you just want to push down the sides a little with wet fingers. Now, of course, I'm not going to be like professional because it's my first time. Of course, if you guys didn't hear the first time I said it, it's my first time and I'm not really good at it. So yeah. Next, we will be making the chimney, which we were working on a while ago and we didn't finish. So this part is going to be a little harder because we're going to have to wrap it all around like gift wrapping and stuff. So let's try doing that. So I'm kneading it again, and over here we have to let our chimney dry for a while because it is really wet. Till then we will be fixing our broken wreath, or it will be RIP forever. Okay, so now I put a little bit frosting at the back and it's still not sticking on, but I'll try my best. And I'm sticking it onto the door and go. Okay, it sticked together and it looks like nothing even happened. No, it actually looks like there's cracks over here. And yes, now our fondant is not dry actually. So let me just roll this out like it was before. So now we will be making the top and bottom for the gingerbread men, which are 2. I was just holding 1. And also I will be using the gumdrops, like how they use them over here, this cute little bow and this cute little button. Or I can make them like this and stick them so that they look like they're wearing shirts. Or maybe I can make them look like dresses like this. I'll just put them like this. I can do anything. So first I'm just going to fill in the eyes and mouth with frosting so that it looks like it's smiling, like right here. And I'll make tiny hair for it. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up the belty part and we'll stick it on to our gingerbread man right where it's supposed to have it. Let's just position it to the correct peel off tiny pieces, which it doesn't need. And water time. Flipping it over. The hard part is because it has a little dent that goes in. It will be harder for it to stick. And just a little roundiness needed. And there we go. Now we are going to do the bows. So I just need to cut out both of them. So I'll just like make them the right size so that like they look kind of symmetrical. Okay. There we go. And let's stick this on. Again, it has a tiny dent, which is going to make it harder. But it's alright. Got a little extra water here. And it's actually, you guys must be wondering, why are you leaving a space in the middle? It's actually a good idea because then you will have more of the bow, because I will be putting a tiny gumdrop in the middle of his neck. So now we will be making the eyes and the mouth for that, we will be needing frosting to do it. And let's go. Okay, so I just finished making a gingerbread boy and a gingerbread girl. So I'll just stick them right here. Like, you should make sure they balance correctly or they're going to fall on their face and then hurt themselves. Just like what this boy was going to be doing. And if you want, you can stick them on with a little bit of frosting behind the head and underneath the toes. So I will be and I also sticked on the chimney because it dried, and like the frosting at the bottom, it was actually like we actually put a little bit of frosting at the bottom and then it started drying. So we just sticked it on, and this is what it looks so far. And I'll just decorate it and come back. Okay, so I'm done decorating on this side. Now let me just do it on this side. As you can see, I striped it, but I didn't stripe it both ways. I just did it one way, and it actually looks pretty nice. And I also added a tiny peppermint at the top, but they didn't, which is different. And it looks really cute. It looks like it's the bag of Santa or something. It's a little broken from the top, but that's fine. So let me get on to the other side now. Okay, so now we will be making the front window right here. So let me just open this. And I say that the frosting, you should put it on the candy and not on the place you're actually sticking it on. So I'm just putting it on the candy, and I want to find the center, and bam, right there. And also, if you want, you can use your own candy and decorate extras, if you want, and it will be fun. And let me just get a little taste. Now you guys enjoy this yummy gingerbread house by making it by yourself, and I'm enjoying this yummy gingerbread man. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Bye!